Welcome, everybody, to the Pipeline Podcast. Today is June 12th, and we have a spicy update today. LA Riots 2.0. We are back, baby. The LA Riots kind of died down after the No King's Day protest, but the switch was flipped. They are back on, baby. And in this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you why and exactly what's going on. If you want to know why these riots have been flaming up again, I have the reason for you right here. Let's check it out. This is an interview with Karen Bass, the mayor of LA, completely denying that there was riots in the first place. And again, we've gone over this on the channel. If you followed our LA riots coverage, you already know as soon as a politician makes a comment like this, and they're not even able to admit about the destruction and, the riots and the violence, then everyone just puts their masks on and hits the streets again. So let's check it out. This is what sparked it all off, and then we're going to go over some really good evidence that we have of the riots and all that jazz. Let's take a look.
Well, let me just say that the quote-unquote riots that were reported never happened.
So, guys, did you hear that? There was no riots. It is important for me to play the full video, so I will do that. I just wanted to start off here with her quote, just so everyone's on the same page. She is saying the riots never happened.
Were reported never happened.
Oh my God. Is she delusional? So anyway, let's go over the whole question. It is kind of a loaded question by a little bit of a snarky reporter. He has a similar voice to mine. And I'm sure she didn't appreciate it. But either way, watch what you fucking say, Miss Mayor. And let's check it out.
This is kind of more of a broader national question. Reports indicate that ICE agents and police officers in Texas have been targeted in ambushes, including in Alvarado, where assailants in tactical gear allegedly lured officers with fireworks before opening fire. Given your strong opposition to federal immigration enforcement actions in Los Angeles, how would you address similar escalations of violence against law enforcement in Texas? And what steps would you propose to prevent such unrest from spreading to Los Angeles, while balancing community safety in your sanctuary city policies?
Well, let me just say that the quote-unquote riots that were reported never happened.
So yeah, she legitimately doesn't understand why ICE doesn't share information with her, why ICE doesn't say, hey, this is where we're going to do raids this week. Oh my God, could you imagine if ICE told her? She would just let everyone know and be like, put your masks on, go get them. So it's crazy, absolutely crazy. And so you see this, say you live in LA and you hate the United States or whatever, and you see this and you're like, oh, it's back on, boys, let's go. So this is the first one that I saw that really got me looking into this again. So I saw this clip and I was like, oh shit, it's heating up in LA again. I started looking into it. And that's when I found the Karen Bass video. And then all these other sources started rolling in over the days. And I'll read the title here. Protester fires gun at ICE agents during raid at a weed farm in Camarillo. And so obviously it's not a protester. He's shooting federal agents. That's not a protester. And let's just check it out. We're not going to watch the whole video. Just check this guy out. And he almost shoots this guy here. It's crazy. He almost shoots this guy. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's really not aiming. He's just running like a thug. Kind of like a bitch too, running back. Shooting shots, doesn't care where they're going. He does remind me of the Salt Lake City security guard who shot that would-be gunman who didn't even have ammo in his gun. Just absolutely no constraint at all. So that was kind of ridiculous when we saw that. And we have some other sources. I do think this is the biggest source, just to see I think this is the first video evidence that has been released on LA riots being violent like this, to the point where they're actually shooting with guns on the streets. I think this is the first legitimate one that we've seen. If there are others, please leave a comment, link them. I want to cover those. Next up, we have anti-ICE protesters are assaulting an adult male in civilian clothing in Southern California as federal agents execute a search warrant, I think nearby. And this is the rapid response of basically criminals, people that support criminals, pro-illegal immigration rioters. It's so hard to define these people. Clashes have erupted, and at least one person has fired a gun at ICE agents. No, I don't. This is a different part. This is something else. So, like, I think this white guy, sorry, this guy in the white shirt, I think we have another source on him. He's this guy. So he's like a pro-ICE supporter. He goes out to protest for ICE. All these people obviously are protesting against ICE. Watch what happens to him. And I would like to say that if this mob here was actually protesting, they wouldn't be assaulting other protesters. So who's the protester here? Is it the pro-ICE protester or the anti-ICE protesters? And I would like to comment on this guy's restraint. The guy in the white shirt, the pro-ICE protester, I would like to comment on his restraint. All he does is just try to get out of there. That's all he's doing. He's just trying to get out of there. And look at that. I mean, he might get lynched. So it does look like these rioters are just indiscriminately going against anyone that has light-colored skin, that has a different skin color than them. And it's a little bit racist. I mean, this guy absolutely has the right to voice his opinion, just like everyone else here. The thing is, he gets that right taken away from him, which sucks. Here we have another source on that, and this is Forbes, and it says protesters confront. It's lynch mob attacks is a better way to say that. And again, keep in mind, if this guy, the pro-ICE supporter, really did start this argument, this verbal argument, not physical, by the way, if this guy really did start it, Forbes would show us that. They would not clip this video to make it look in favor of this guy, the pro-ICE guy. They would never do that.
What, bitch? What you gonna do? Yeah! Fuck out, motherfucker. Piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here. You know I be
They're saying get him. So yeah, not protesters confront. Mob tries to get him. Fuck him up, fuck him up. And I gotta say, look at all the pussies covering their face. We do see the pro-ICE protester not covering his face here and not being violent.
You got fucked up, bitch! Fuck out of here! Get out! Let it go! Let it go! Get out of here, nigga!
So yeah, that was crazy. And then let's go back. Let's go back to Karen Bass real quick.
Say that the quote-unquote riots that were reported never happened.
What the fuck is going on in California? That's crazy. So yeah, just be careful the kind of headlines you see online. Like don't let misinformation get you to the point where you're actually gonna like commit a crime or like take away people's rights, right to protest, also like assault people. It's all kind of crazy. Just the audacity of these anti-ICE protesters to think that how they believe is more important than how someone else might believe is so it's extremist. It actually is. And the rhetoric that people like Karen Bass keep spewing is so dangerous, and this is kind of why. There have been incidents here and there ever since the original LA riots started. They're just really picking up the last couple days. And then we get this ICE raid, and we have here there was these anti-ICE guys putting down like tire spikes to like pop the tires of like vehicles, which is illegal in case you're unaware. And then we have another example kind of similar to Karen Bass, where this is the Governor Newsom press office on X.com. Like, this is the official Governor Newsom press office, and they call Stephen Miller a fascist cuck. And like, I do gotta say, this is totally fine to do. You're allowed to say that kind of thing if you feel like it. It's not like illegal, but even like Trump doesn't go that far. And it's just kind of like, it does seem like the people on the left like can't take a joke, can't really make a good insult, and also like don't really understand the like severity of like certain actions. You see this tweet, and then you see Karen Bass say there was no riots. If say you're just like a regular person living in California, you're like, oh shit, man, I gotta board up the windows again. Come on, guys. Like, can you quit saying this kind of stuff? There's a bunch more to this story, to the LA riots 2.0 is kind of what I'm calling it. I guess maybe California riots might be a better name. There's more to the story. Perhaps we will keep covering it in the next couple days to come. We'll have to see what happens. I didn't cover everything, so stay tuned on the channel, subscribe so you can get updates. And then we have our last update here. It's not about California. I just want to point this out. I think it's important. So all the left is really talking about recently, since this Epstein thing, is that like the MAGA base is like revolting over Trump, which like first for the left to be spending their time on this is a waste of time. Like, go try and make some real policy and like do something good. Maybe try to stop the violence we're seeing in LA and California right now. Maybe work on that. But anyway, what I want to talk about is this is actually a good thing. Like, if you read this headline and you think, oh man, like, haha, finally people are hating on Trump. No, it just kind of shows you that the mega base is not as dumb as you think. When their supreme leader, as someone on the left might say, when Trump fucks up, they call him out on that. And that's something you don't really see on the left, because any of Gavin Newsom's base should be deming like stuff like this right now. We do see some examples of people like John Fetterman and Bernie Sanders kind of calling it out and saying, yeah, there are riots and they need to stop. They're violent. But like the majority of like Democrats like aren't talking about this. But what we see here is, yeah, Trump fucked up with the Epstein files. He didn't release anything like they said they were going to do. And we actually see his supporters say, hey, you fucked up here. We're mad about it. And that's kind of the difference between that's one of the differences between the left and the right. If Biden did it, it wouldn't even be a news article. It would just be the norm. So I did want to go over that. And it's always important to leave a little Epstein update, because there's still a lot of stuff developing there. We might cover it if anything new comes out. But other than that, have a great night and keep an eye out on the channel.